Well, guys, I know we've been working on King Arthur's court and the wizards, and the reason I even showed you guys about the face falling off that one wizard is I wanted to show you this carving. I done this carving several years ago, and I was carving along, and this has to do with your face falling off your work. Is you might be able to see there's a rotten area here behind his head and in his neck. Well, here I've been carving on this thing for probably 3 months at one point. And one day I'm in here carving back in behind here, and his whole face falls off. Just like it did on that wizard that I was showing you guys up there. And my gosh, after all this work, you can imagine I was about ready to cry. You guys, pretty crazy. But I just wanted to show you this, that with a little bit of covering stuff up, I mixed up a certain little concoction of glue and sawdust and stuff. What had happened, the center of the log had a rotten spot in it. And so I just wanted to show you that. Plus I wanted to show you guys this carving. I done this in my angel series, which on Woodcarver's Corner, one of these days we're going to do a segment or a whole series on angels, because I have a whole bunch of angels to show you. But here, you might notice I carved all of the scales on the snake. I done bare anatomy on the central figure. It's a stump, and the stump actually has a mouth, and the mouth, see, the roots of the stump are a hand, and the mouth is actually the tongue, has the snake coming out as its tongue and wrapped around this angel. And I carved everything, all of the feathers. It's got dust all over it. Hadn't been out of the storage in a while, you guys, but and this is one of my own personal pieces. I keep a lot of my own stuff, but I carved all the feathers, all of the snake, and of course all the way around on this. But main reason to even show you guys, come on in here for a real close look at the face and stuff, that the face had fell off this, and you can see where I patched it up through there, but it's kind of like that wizard. I pulled a rabbit out of my hat, so to speak. So just wanted to bring you down here and show you this carving and what happens when your face falls off. Well, for you guys that's been kind of following along here, I did not give up on this guy, even after his face fell totally off. I should have thrown him in the stove a long time ago, but I'm one of them guys that I don't give up easy on stuff. I won't try to sell this piece, as I'm a professional and I don't want to sell a piece that's broken or something. But I do have a couple of buddies that have man caves, and since a can of beer sits right in here real nice in his beard, I kept him. Plus the fact, if you get to look, and his face didn't really turn out too bad. I mean, you remember back when he was this horse? So we have virtually turned a horse head again into something else. Now I'm fixing to put some finish on these guys. This is juniper. It's a light pink piece of juniper. Did not carve worth a darn. And I know you guys watching this going, well, why does that guy always keep carving on that wood if it ain't worth a darn, you know? Well, trust me, the next video we're doing, I got a real nice piece of butternut we're going to carve on next video. So let's just see what this kind of starting to look like here. His face is going to be exciting for me to see finally. This guy was a rotten two-faced wizard, if you remember. And you know what? He almost ended up in the stove. And I got to tell you, while I'm doing this, a quick story about when I was a kid growing up. My dad was a tractor mechanic, and he had his own shop there in Dexter, Kansas, where I grew up. And I'd come home from school, and Dad'd have one of them big old diesel tandem axle tractors with the big 4 tires on front, back, and everything. He'd have that thing tore in two in the middle with the gears strung everywhere all over the shop. And as a kid, I'd stand there and I'd look at it and I'd think, my God. And I'd ask Dad, I said, do you really think you can fix this? And my dad's favorite saying to me about a lot of stuff in my life is he would say, by golly, I'll either fix it or I'll fix it where nobody else can fix it. So that's kind of the attitude that I got going on with this guy. Like I said, I'll give him to one of my buddies for their man cave. And I may even slide in there while they're not in there and hang it on the wall and leave a beer sitting in his mustache here for him. But there you go on this one, guys. I will probably finish the back. I don't think I'm going to put sealer on the driftwood part. But the main thing is I wanted to just show you guys that sometimes when things look really bad, if you remember when this was that horsehead blank, I had 3-4 inches of wood here, but it just kept getting rotten and rotten and rotten. So anyway, there's that wizard. We got him going. Now here's the little guy. Now, he turned out fairly good, and this one's going to be kind of exciting in a way because look how deep colored this piece is. The difference is that was juniper, and this is actually deep eastern red cedar, like they make cedar chests out of and stuff. And of course, I told you in one of the videos we done about the horse or something about how a lot of this driftwood had been on the bottom of the lake, flooded with water for probably 30 years, you know. And that's why a lot of it has turned so deep color as it has. And I'll try to hurry it up here a little bit, you guys, where I won't be burning up a lot of our time. But this has been King Arthur's court. And so there's the two wizards, Merlin and Merlin. And then we got our king here. Now, he was the pink juniper, too. And he did not carve very well either. That's what I'm saying. By golly, on the next few videos we do, I got some really nice butternut we're going to get into. So, and of course, I probably told you guys before that butternut's actually my favorite wood to carve. I've been really spoiled. Some of the better pieces that I've ever carved for competition and stuff, Some of you guys might remember I used to compete up at Davenport at the International Woodcarvers Congress, and that's how I know Fred Codulo, and that's how I know Neil Cox, let's say, Desiree Haney, Debbie. Of course, I knew Debbie Edwards because she was our neighbor when we lived in Oklahoma, so I've known Debbie for years. But anyway, that's where I ran into a lot of the carvers who are my mentors. To this very day, I still have mentors. And I said maybe earlier in this video that, Bob Robertson from there in the Branson, he's actually from Hollister, Missouri, which is right outside of Branson, Missouri. Bob probably doesn't know it, but I'm one of his biggest fans. He's been a mentor to me, even though I know Bob. We've met several times, but never really got to be close friends with him. But he's been one of my mentors over the years. It's good to have mentors that makes you want to try to do better with your pieces. Now, this is the king. And, of course, I'm just letting this stuff soak into him for a minute, you guys. Got a little brush hair on him there. And anyway, I'm going to finish the backs of these up, which I won't do on camera. And then I'm going to hang them up here on the fence for you guys as the closing shot of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the angel with the snake wrapped around it down at the storage shed. We got a lot more really good carvings to show you guys over the next. We plan on filming Woodcarver's Corner and posting maybe a couple of times a month. But if you guys like this, or if you have friends that like this sort of thing, tell them to tune in. We could use all the support on Woodcarver's Corner channel that we can get. So we'll talk to you guys next time on Woodcarver's Corner.